Peace and blessings, family. Once again, I tapped in, family, because a lot of people still trying to force friends with people who ain't friends with us. You know, as children of slaves and so on and so forth who built this country, it's a shame of other so-called what they would call minorities. We need to stop putting minorities in our vocabulary, and we have to ignore the other minority as they have ignored us as the indigenous people here in America. Not only just the indigenous people of America, but the true builders of America, as well as the true founders of America, as well as the true inventors of America, as well as the true what you would call prophets of America, so on and so forth. Now, these you got people want to talk about leaving immigrants and all those people alone. You know who I'm talking about. And I don't care if it's only one person. Okay, first of all, the immigrants ain't a benefit to no so-called African American in America. They're more of a hindrance, and they could give a damn give a damn about you, as well as the Asians, as well as others. And then I ain't talking about the ones that's in your little hood that's cool with you. I'm talking about they parents, they grandparents, the ones who have power, not the dumb kids that want to be ignorant and be stupid. Some attention. I'm talking about the ones that's in power. As the whole structure is, they're not going to hire you. So what is your position of them trying to be friends? We don't have no true friends. Why? Because every time no one want to be friends with the so-called African Americans. No one want to be on our side unless they in a bind with a white man that's stepping on they backs now. Then they want us to speak out and keep fighting for them when they come here and benefit off of the backs and the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors who built this country, and then they act as if they did. And I'm not only talking about Mexicans, I'm talking about all immigrants. I'm talking about Caribbean immigrants, African immigrants, all of them. Because your parents, your foreparents, your parents ain't came over here since the last 50, 60 years is when y'all start coming over here after we had endured all our ancestors has endured and built this country, and we still out of our loop of what we supposed to have be getting reimbursed for our sacrifices, so on and so forth, for a country that's ours, for one, as well as being people don't want to be my friend or our friends. We shouldn't. We have to be politically and morally selfish at this point, because no other race is in America. I don't give a damn how cool you with. I ain't talking about that one friend or that few friends. I'm talking about as a general political unified whole, all other minority race about us. So we need to stop trying to be their friends. We need to stop incorporating them inside of our vocabulary. We need to opt them out and be only for us, because they only for them, because our word, our name's not coming out of none of their mouths. They're not complaining about, they're not trying to speak as they speak out. They're not even speaking out. They're with it. They are the corpus. They are the catalysts to this. And the thing about it is that a lot of people still believe that our friendship trying to be friends. We still trying to be, I'm just eliminate it. We're trying to be friends with people that ain't friends with us, openly and secretly, period. Ain't nobody coming to our aid. We keep thinking that somebody coming to our aid, but no one coming to our aid. We have no friends. Not even Africans are friends. Not even the Caribbeans are friends. They talk salty about us all the time and come in our country and front like they us and try to stake claim on our sacrifices that we have sacrificed to here. That's the thing now. We have to really start pulling the roll call. You know why? Because a lot of brothers run around here acting like they so-called African Americans or indigenous, but them motherfuckers really Caribbeans, and they can give a fuck less. They want the more docile, willing to work with the white supremacy order brothers and sisters over here. I don't care about the skin. Skin don't make you my friend or kin. That's what we need to get away from. We need to get selfish with our unity. And I'm talking about the few of us that's willing to bring that. Few of us that's willing to say, fuck our so-called ideologies and so on and so forth, and unify for this common cause. Because all this rhetoric and talk, you know what I'm saying, despite what we spread in truth and resurrecting the people on a enlightening conscious level it still doesn't benefit us if we're not unified as one closed fist, um, coming head first at this society about addressing us. Ain't y'all tired of getting the took out the loop every time a new politician, congressman, senator, or president get in office? We still sitting there waiting like, hey, what about us? What about us? What about us? We're never gonna get that. For one, we don't pay for no politicians. So for one, we ain't in no position to be voting thinking that we have a right to have things changed. The only way we're gonna be able to change these things is we unify for ourselves and focus on us. Eliminate ourselves from these businesses. Like, I love my wife for not even wanting to even go to any Asian stores anymore, or none of that, even though I made it a complaint years ago. But get the picture of what's going on. So now my wife got her own little kit. She do her own little toes. She do her own little stuff like that, and then as well as my wife going natural hair like about 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? She's dreadlocks, you know what I'm saying? And she don't wear makeup, you know what I'm saying? These are mentalities that we have to develop to what's up, deep thought? I feel you. You right. You right, because I'm gonna touch base on that. Now you brought that up. It don't have nothing to do. People think when we talk about these issues dealing with the half breed situation, brother, they think that we're not saying that we're not accepting as them as our brothers because they have intermixed it with the what I'm gonna say it like it is, the enemy. And some of what they're doing there, they know they're dying off race and they have killed off most of their own, so they're not reproducing. So they know that they have to plant their seed in what we call fertile ground and reproduce themselves as half breeds, and then put the half breeds on pedestals as if they're white, to the point that once the white fade off, the half breeds will continue to carry on the mentality of the slave master or the white supremacy owner, because they putting them in a society that they still control at the moment, to a point where they see that, oh, I'm light skinned or I'm half breed, so they put me in power. This is why people want to bleach their skin and stuff like that. That's part of their process. So when they're gone, we still gonna be dealing with people that have their blood lineage in them. And at the same time, when you have these turning these half breeds into looking at white boys again, see what the beast is doing. They're a parasite. And what they're doing, they intermix with melanated races that carry themselves on to the next millennia. You get what I'm saying? Over and over again. So this is what they're doing now. They can't beat us physically on survival, other than them still killing us and all the things that they're doing through the medical facility, so on and so forth. But they have to survive some kind of way. So if they can convince the half breeds and put them on pedestals as they do with media, so on and so forth, they can they can birth their self back into existence, meaning that, say, once they die off and gone, because that's going to happen regardless whether we be here or not. Once they died off and gone, it's going to be a world, a lot of half breeds running around here with the power of the old whites, right? Because that blood still lingers in them, and they have folks that used to be whites and they know where it's at, regardless if they've been raped, slave, whatever. They still putting them on a pedestal. So what happened is they're teaching the half breeds to breed with half breeds. Okay, now what would happen if a half breed breed with a half breed? You get a lighter breed, or you get some albino shit. But here's the thing: they're teaching the half breeds to get with the whites, so the half breeds can rebirth them back in there. Because if you got a half breed and a white person, or a white woman or woman, or a white man or white woman, this half breed is seeing that, hey, I got to go focus on my white cause that's in me, and that's where they're going. And when they go there, what they do, they birth back another white man into existence. Yeah, he may have some small features and little bits and pieces of the brothers in there, but this is how they always did race cleansing all through Australia, all when they came in here and intermixed it with the Mongoloids and the indigenous, and then start claiming our name as theirs. That's why you go look up the indigenous or aboriginal, whatever it talks about. It basically, the Europeans are trying to hold on to survival. They're dying off left and right, especially AIDS all up in North Europe. If y'all go do the homework on there, but they want you to focus on us. They want to focus on our continued self genocide, because This is why I say we don't need friends, because we how we gonna have friends but we can't get along with each other. We so hypocritical when it comes to us dealing with ourselves. We want to deal with everybody else. This is what I'm saying. But nobody want to deal with us, let alone we want to deal with ourselves. But that was my just a small tap in about what you was talking about, brother, with the half breeds. You know what I'm saying? Not to, because see, people think you envy them because they got a little bit of the beast blood in them. Who could care less? You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to set the standard as for everyone to want to say, I want my baby to have some good hair, stupid shit the niggas think. I want my baby to have some pretty eyes, stupid shit the niggas think. You know what I'm saying? I want my baby to be light skinned because darker skinned people is getting discriminated on. You get what I'm saying? So we still dealing with this. White supremacy is trying to rise form of racism to exist into the next millennium. Do that make sense? Meaning that they know that people is aware of this straight out white supremacy we see all around us, but they got to create another form of supremacy, let alone, especially in Atlanta. There's a lot of that shit going on. The motherfuckers out there, light skin and half breeds, thinking that they on that status shit. Anybody go to Atlanta, you tripping, you stupid. And they already programming them motherfuckers on the east and all back over there on that level. See, we on the West Coast. We don't give a fuck about this shit. We'll be the Klan member up in the middle of the street in front of everybody. That's the difference. People don't know that. Yeah, you may have more knowledge than brothers over in the West Coast, but over here in the West Coast, we don't take that shit in California. Real motherfucking talk. But at the same time, I gotta get back on track with the friends thing, because you know it's a lot of brothers and sisters that's Aboriginals and studying the history. I don't care if you're Aboriginal, Israelites, whatever you want to call yourself. Go do the history on how the Mongoloid teamed up with the white man and opt us out of our shit and work with them, delivering us back to plantations. And I don't want to, people always talk about, well, blacks had slavery. Everybody was doing what they got to do to survive at the time. The whole process is that we've been duped by outsiders. Simple as that. And then we're still here in this country trying to befriend people that want our whole, they would rather see us gone so they won't have no remnants of indigenous Aboriginals here claiming that status. See, it's a thing now. I got a white Aboriginal, white Indians and Mongoloid Indians all on my Facebook page trying to prove to me that they the ones that's the colossal heads, and they the ones that's on the pictures and so on and so forth. And I tell some of y'all what y'all would use have to say to them is, because a lot of people want to take from rather than try to be with us and represent the truth. They don't want the truth. They want you to say you're beneath them no matter who they are. If they ain't you from here in America, everybody wants you beneath them in some kind of fucked up way, whether you accept it or not. So what you have to do when I deal with people, they say this stuff like that. So check this out. I don't care what people y'all bring up that got a feature like me or a feature like my great grandparents. Those features that still linger in your people ain't nothing that you mixed with by evolve. You still have feature, think those pictures are really you because you see Negroid features in your own people, but you don't claim that those Negroid features or what you would call Aboriginal features or what you would call African features. Y'all don't claim those features. Y'all claim they claim more of the Asian tribal type shit, but they really studying or following ancient Aboriginal ways, even though they water them down and change them up. Because I had a brother was telling me that a lot of the ways that a lot of these $5 Indians and Mongoloid Indians are not really fully following the original ways of they doing how they used to do their powwows. So they start adding some of their Mongolian or Siberian or wherever the hell they came from cultures, Japanese, all their cultures in the original Aboriginal indigenous people's original culture. Okay. Dresses start changing, all type of shit start changing, but that's another story. But they still not our friends neither. So what? They on a reservation. They made a deal with the cracker to get on that reservation. So, and they not our friends. I got brothers from, oh brother, we got a team up. I mean, it's some of them that's friendly, that recognize and understand that that's understandable and respectable. You know what I'm saying? Long as they recognize and respectable, cool. But that don't mean I'm your friend, because when you have the opportunity, you'll want to chop our head off again, because y'all rather see us all gone rather than y'all trying to unify with us and share what or we take that piece of pie that y'all been eating on for all these years comfortably. No, that's a problem along with our own people. We when I say we have no friends, I'm talking about amongst our own fucking selves too, because we don't recognize it. We want to be friends with everybody else, but be enemy cutthroats to each other. I look at the media. I speak on little things. I talk about how we disrespect each other. Yes, we talk about the truth, and the truth always seems to be disrespectful for those that don't know the truth. So it's a lot of shit that we have to come together for, other than just us talking about we indigenous, aboriginals, Israelites, the whatever, the original Jews, whatever, Kemetic, African, all that shit that we claiming is no disrespect to none of them, because all of them have they faults and distortion from the colonizer tampering and polluting the information anyway. So what we, like I, everything has to be made new. We have to become selfishly motivated as one people in America. We have to let niggas know, where your grandmother from? Where you from? Who is you? Where you from? Who is that? Oh, your grandmother came over here and had a visa, or my dad came over with a visa and then he didn't leave, and you over here pretending you us. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? They keep trying to say that other cultures influenced us. But no other cultures influence us. We influence other cultures. There's something unique about this Aboriginal, or what you would call copper color Americans here in America. It's something unique about us. We're stronger, we're faster, we're more agile, we're smarter. And this don't mean to disrespect the other ones, because if the other ones were so smart, why they still living their primitive lifestyle still? Why they haven't upgraded? You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Now you look at Egypt. Egypt still didn't, Egypt at that point, when you look around the motherfucker, nothing didn't transpire after that. It was thousands of years later or hundreds of years later before people start building around it. It wasn't no continuation of that empire or continuation of deal with their own shit over there. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that's representing the shit for Africa. We the ones crying for Africa. We the ones that was crying for immigrants and all this stuff. They had us doing all this working and crying for all these other people that don't give a damn about us. That's what I mean. Ain't nobody giving us nothing. Ain't no message coming up. Hey, man, we want to see y'all get in there, man. But look, we'll work with y'all, heckle some loot. We want to get on. I mean, even that'd be a fucking a scary tactic, because everyone is in a position to try to win over us here in America, the Aboriginals, or what you would call African Americans. Everyone want to win us over because they know we are easily manipulated race, because a lot of us don't want to get it of this shit politically. We don't get aware of this shit economically. We don't want to get aware of this shit educationally. We don't want to get aware of this shit morally. We don't want to get away from this shit as a united nation. We don't want to look at this shit as that. We want to all talk about what individuals got. Hey, I got me this. Hey. And they want you, we putting money in all the idiots. That's our problem. We're putting the money in all the idiots amongst our people, because stupidity has been made fair seeming to us, and we think that the ones that's the most stupid and the ones that's most easiest to deal with is the ones we're supposed to follow. And that's what we do. We always take the easy ride out, and that's why we never wind up getting anywhere. And that's the reason why we never have friends. We will have friends. When people say they are friends to a certain point till we get to where they get, and they're gonna forget about our black asses. Straight up. And don't tell me I'm up here making some kind of racial rant, motherfucker. Let's accuse that. Okay, that racism amongst these Mexicans here that's coming over from the border, who hate niggas in America and hate the niggas that's in Mexico. You telling me to like that? You telling our people to say, forget about that, it's about the moral? No, we've been too moral with everybody. We proved our point. We prove what we can take. We prove our suffering, and we still here. Okay, so we don't have no longer very easily manipulated. You're right. They thought very easily manipulated. You throw a nigga $1, that motherfucker do 10 black flips. Oh shit! Oh hell! I sell the whole fucking clan out. You give me the car master. You know, we'll do all that type of stuff. You know, because we too big. It's like with our children. You know, we got children. Like I got children. You know, we around these other races, and I tell my children, look, don't bring no white kids to my house. And they don't, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the stuff. Yeah, Dad, I understand. You know what I'm saying? And let alone bring Mexicans, but y'all can't go into none of their houses. But they want to come all up in your shit. But they know it's true. Sorry, I clicked off a little bit. Yeah, no friends tolerated due to that should be the thing. You know what? I should make a motherfucking shirt of that shit. No friends are tolerated. That is deep, huh? Push that out there. For the Aboriginals, the African Americans, if we're going to call yourself African whatever. You still not a friend. You're still not being a friend of nobody. You call yourself African American, Israelite, nobody's still your friend. So we should have everybody, all groups, okay, should push that thing. No friends tolerated. Meaning that we don't want to be your friend, Mexicans. We don't want to be, not in a sense of saying that I'm not going to respect you as a person and I see you on the street, respect, you know what I'm saying? That's given to anybody. That's the natural thing that we supposed to stick to as a people. But don't be disrespected, though, and disrespectful. But at the same time, doing their no friends tolerated shit on what you would consider a silent but visual level. And it said, fuck y'all, it's about us in our face. So we have to do that selfishness against them because we have more power and influence than them. The white folks know we work because the white folks just say all blacks get out of here. We all go back to Africa. The Mexicans ain't going to make America great again. As soon as America start going for their sports and all the shit that they're using all of our guys for to waste their energy forces on, they're gonna be seen. They're never gonna win because the super African or the super niggas is over there in Africa, and we got all these mixed down races that that they don't got no talent other than being laborers. You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect because I'm not saying a few, but I'm saying as the look at the whole dilemma. The talent, the inventions, the traditions, the cultures, even if we have to flip it and redo it again, as well as music and so forth, it's come from us. The standards, but we don't look at that. When I go in people's houses and I got to go to one of these cats' houses or go deal with a white person, I don't give a fuck if his house big, whatever. I come in there, motherfucker, proudful, and they want to brag about themselves. I'm like, oh yeah. I make it seem like that shit ain't nothing because I'm looking at it like, motherfucker, you got a 290-year head start. I ain't trying to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming here to do this job because me and my brother got a business called Wired Up too that we do together where we do home surround systems and stuff. We do them on the weekends. He do them throughout the day, through the week, because I got a business I deal with. So, I know how to present our people with no bars held. That's the problem. We keep trying to go in front of these white folks to get our power when we need to come together, find a conventional area where it ain't talking about one type of mentality. We talking about African Americans want to claim African Americans still, Christians, Muslims. I don't care, bro. It's irrelevant. I said, despite I'm gonna be arguing and fighting with y'all all day trying to get this manipulated information, the European polluted in history, and we with this polluted history, thinking that we're getting somewhere, but we're not. We're being more divided with this political history. Or what is polluted history that they have given us, or that we feel that we have research to the point where we feel that, yeah, we got what we want. It ain't what we know. It's about what the fuck we need to do. And that's real talk. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm just going to be speaking more about what we need to do as a morally self-centered people. We have to be politically self-centered. We have to be morally self-centered. We have to be religiously self-centered. Not saying that Christianity gonna be the head of everything, or Islam gonna be the head. None of those are gonna be the head of the thing. Our children's future for what we need to do right now is gonna be ahead of all that shit, because all of our asses have dead already. So why the fuck we still trying to be putting this stuff like interfering with our children's future? That's bullshit. We got to get away from that shit. We keep interfering with our children's future, keep putting them in different forms of another form of slavery, whether it's mental or physical or economical or educational. We keep putting them back in the same system. It's like I see my brothers and sisters doing their thing in the hood. They Christians, all the hood brothers that became hood. A lot of them became, there's only few of us that came to a higher understanding about things. And then the majority of them is back as Christians. And I don't have a problem with them doing what they're supposed to do, like feeding the community or whatever and doing stuff on, but they still the point that if I keep feeding you the same lies that the Europeans fed my ancestors, I'm not doing you no justice. I'm doing you a great injustice. I'm just giving you some food right now. I'm giving you a great injustice. I'm just giving you some lip service right now about this fantasy man. I'm not doing you no justice because I'm getting you to think that you're voting and you being involved in this politics is going to benefit you as a people, but y'all still disunified. So or your education, which doesn't benefit nothing, because we talk about educated black folks all in Atlanta. All them educated fools are coons. They was educated to look at you the same way that the Caucasians look at us do now, as well as they sell. They bootlickers straight up. Education turn you more into a bootlicker if you go through the straight institution without being interrupted by people that's in our situation, that's not going to college, that's in these communities and suffering and going through all these potty tricks that they got. So our education really doesn't have nothing to do with it coming from these European schools, because if education was so beneficial, we would be in a better position right now. We wouldn't be talking about the things we're talking about right now. Let's keep your PhD and your master's degree out of it, because that shit ain't master shit but how to be a good slave, well-behaved slave in this modern day time for that European's job, and you build your shit up. So what, you got your own business, you can have your own business and still be white. You can have your own business, and I got brothers that I got my own business, but that motherfucker got all white people. My whole purpose, if we got a job, I'll be like, bro, we got to keep doing it. We got to wait and see. So it takes hard for us, because a lot of brothers are so discouraged. They don't want to work no more. You know, you got a lot to do, but you got to fish. We got enough to fish. So if I can't find a brother, I just keep looking for, I find one. Could 2 extra help, I will go get a Mexican. Real talk. Because I'd rather still give it to them than give it to, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna go into detail on that, but that's another story. We have no friends, and no friends is tolerated. Good look, bro. That was a good one. No friends are tolerated. I gotta get up out of here because I gotta go pick up a delivery for Harmonious CBD, and then I gotta take that over there, get my quick little money. So peace and blessings, y'all. No friends is tolerated.